Hey everyone, Dave here. So I want to discuss setting up your own Neo node here. So there's lots of different reasons you may want to set up a Neo node. You may want to participate in the network, and by participating, you're a seed in which you have a full copy of the blockchain. And when other full clients start up or other nodes start up, they're going to talk to you to get copies of the blockchain. And this is all going to run over a peer-to-peer network, so you're just another node on that peer-to-peer network. You may want to start it up and run an RPC server and allow people to do connections into your node over RPC. So this is what usually light wallets will do, is they will not download a full blockchain to your computer. They'll have a hosted node somewhere, and the wallet's going to start up and connect via RPC or via another protocol, but we're going to talk about RPC, to interact with the blockchain. So there's one central point then that has that blockchain, and that makes it so that you don't have to wait 3 days to download the blockchain. If you're on a fast connection, a slow connection, you may be waiting a long time. The other option you could do too would be to set up a node that's listening for notifications. You may be writing an app or an exchange, and you want to listen to notifications that are coming off of smart contracts. So you can do that. Or you may just want to write an app that's just looking at the blockchain too. So we're going to start out, and we're going to just start at the basics here, and we're going to get a node up and running. So there's documentation, of course, at the neo.org site. I've got that up there. You're going to want to download the Neo CLI. So right now, 2.9 is out. I was having some issues with 2.9. So I've gone back to 2.7, I think, for this demo. Just for full disclaimer. So typically when I download a copy of the Neo CLI or GUI, I like to put it in a folder with the version name in it, just because I have found with Neo that there are sometimes issues with certain versions. And what can happen is something new can be introduced to the blockchain here. So let's say it's a new operation code for smart contracts gets introduced to Neo. What'll happen is if you're running an old version, let's say we're running Neo CLI 2.1, if that's a valid version number that's out there, I don't know. It will download and validate those blocks up until it hits the block where it's got this new operation code in it or something it doesn't understand, and it will hang there. So keeping your Neo up to date is important, but also sometimes going too far ahead can be an issue. And this may be because I'm running against a private net and it's running 2.7. I'm just giving you that disclaimer of why I'm doing it with 2.7 when 2.9 is out in a very long-winded fashion. Anyways, we have this down. You can install this on Windows or Linux. These are going to be the same thing because it runs on .NET Core, which runs on Windows and Linux. So I'm just going to go run .NET neocli.dll. And I just want to show you as well, while that is starting up, is the Neo CLI will have a protocol.json file in it. This is going to tell the Neo CLI some information, mostly where to connect to. So here's my list of seeds. Now, again, as I said, this is a private net. So this is what it's going to connect to. There is a mainnet file. That you could open up, and you can see that the seed list here is different. That's the main thing it's going to pull out of this file. We don't have to worry about the standby validators. The magic number is basically used to identify each network. So you'll notice that this one is 7630 and this one is 567. Those numbers are used to as part of the protocol, so that even if we're running on the same ports, if we can connect with a different magic number, and we use this magic number as part of our encryption back and forth, I would assume, it would not be compatible. The blocks would not line up, so that way we can't get conflicting blockchains on the same port. Okay, so that's the one I want to show you. I won't show you the config.json yet. So here I'm connecting to these 4 ports. Let's just flip back here. You can always type help. We'll show you the commands in there. If we go show state, we can see where we're at. So we don't have a wallet open, so we're at 0 blocks for our wallet. We have 8016 downloaded. We have 17807 is the total height of my local blockchain I'm running. And there's 4 nodes that I'm connected to. You can do that with show node if you are really curious about the 4 different nodes I'm connecting to and their heights. So what I want to do though is I'm running on ports 20333 through 336. I want to expose my node that I'm going to be running here on port 20337. So that's what I've changed here. So this defaults to 10333. I'm just changing this to 20337. If you were just to run this on the mainnet, you would just leave it as 10333. You're going to want to make sure that you can have a firewall rule open to connect to that port, the 10333. So to test this, I'm going to fire up NeoGUI here. So I've got NeoGUI downloaded and I should have already edited this protocol.json. So I made this protocol.json match my other one, but the only seed I have in here is 20337. So that's our new node that we just set up. So this is a great way to test it is by saying, hey, my only seed is this one. So it's going to, when Neo starts up, the only thing it knows about is this one here on port 337, or 20337, I should be more explicit, is going to connect to that node. And from there, that node should be connected to the network and know about other peers that are running, and will start letting my Neo client know that there's more out there. So what I'm going to do is a few bits of housekeeping. So I'm going to go up to the top here. I'm going to delete my chain folder because this could have been from a previous network or something like that. I want to make sure that I'm starting from scratch. There's also this peers.dat file, which I haven't really dug too much into the details of it. I'm assuming that that is a cache of peers. So you know how right now we start up, we connect to port 20337, and then we're going to discover additional peers by talking to that node. I would assume that this file is a cache of those peers. So I'm going to delete that. So if that had information in it of other peers that we discovered in our last run, it may try and connect to those, which we don't want it to do for this test. Let's fire this up. I'm just going to kind of bring both of these up side by side here. Okay, so we can see that now we've connected to our one node and we're starting to get ports down here. Okay. And this node that we set up earlier is just about fully synced as well here. So when you see now that this one is connected to 5 nodes, so that would be our other client here running. So that's getting a basic node set up here. It's pretty straightforward. You just have to muck with this protocol.json file a little bit. But if you're running just on the mainnet, you should be able to just start up the Neo CLI and walk away. Testing it, we've covered about just setting up NeoGUI to just connect to that one client. So that's all there is to that. I'm going to do a couple more videos on this, so I look forward to seeing you in the next one.